Hello students, a very good evening to one and all. So today we are starting with Karnaugh Maps, or what I call it as K map, right? So before that, actually I had told you one problem in the morning which I am going to do it later. So actually I just told about that. So just a minute. That problem is nothing, students. It's so simple problem. Wait, where is that? I'll just take it into the problem. Okay. Okay, so that problem was, I just read the problem there itself. So that problem was write the canonical min-term expression and the decimal notation for the logic described by the truth table and figure 1.18. Actually, in the textbook they've considered the truth table, that is 1.110, and by using the truth table they've written the canonical min-term expression. So what is a canonical min-term expression? So canonical min-term expression is nothing but, so whatever the resultant which is going to be evaluated to 1, so that resultant you are going to consider and you're going to add all that resultant, right? Add all that resultants means add all the resultant terms wherein the function is getting evaluated to 1, right? So that is what is one important thing, right? So now let me write the truth table. Okay, yeah. Now if I write the truth table of that, just a minute, I'm sorry students, I'll just make it still smaller. Okay, so it is input, and it is output. Just a minute students, I have some issues. Okay, write input and output. Okay, so I'll write the table. So they're considering that table and they're writing the things. Okay, so I just sort of clarifying this because it ನಾನು already ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ. So ಹೇಳಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರಲ್ಲ. So ಅದಕ್ಕೆ I have to do this ಅಲ್ಲ. So that's why. Just a minute. Okay, wait a minute students. I'm so sorry. Something is happening. Okay, and here it is y and z. So why it is y and z is because if z is a carry part and y is the sum part, right? Yeah, for the addition, right? You will get to know all this in detail, so please don't worry. Just what I can say, listen to me now, and if you understand this particular, then you can easily learn what I can say, the full adder part. This is this is actually a full adder table. Okay, yeah. ಸೊ ಇದು ಬಂದು ಫುಲ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ಫುಲ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ ನ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ನಾವಿನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಫುಲ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ವಿಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲರ್ನ್ when we come to the topic, say full adder or adder part, right? Okay. Yeah. So now here, if you add 0 plus 0, what's 0 plus 0? 0 plus 0 is 0 and 0 plus 0 is 0. So it is 0 with a carry of 0. So I'll just write the table, students. We learn this in detail with respect to full adder itself, right? So there only we'll learn, because let's not learn it over here. This is not that required. Let me write the table directly, right? Yeah. Okay. So actually this is the resultant, students, that is your, I'm sorry, the sum resultant. But ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, so what is that happening is, in that particular last video, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತೊಂದಲ್ಲ, ಇವತ್ತು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರೋ, ಇವತ್ತು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ನಾನು. I'll just release that. So ಆ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ಹಿಂದಿನ ವಿಡಿಯೋನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನೇ ಬರೀತಾ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು, but I just erased this particular part, right? I just erased this particular part. So because ನನಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಿದೆ ಬೇರೆ ಟೇಬಲ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೇ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಫ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಬೇರೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ನಾನೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ, ಫುಲ್ ಆಡೋದು ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ. So I not check with the question. So that is why I just wrote the f resultant, that is the function resultant which was there in the table with respect to the question. So don't get confused. Actually resultant idene for the this particular thing for this ABC. So the y, or what I can say, the function resultant is this only. But our question ge f resultant avare bere kottidranda, so nan aduna follow madbekagittu. So I just erased this particular part and I just wrote whatever is f was written there with respect to that table. Right? Okay. So now 0, 0, 0, 1, I'm sorry, 1, 0, 0. Wait a minute. I'll write according to the table. 1. Yeah. So now here, so in this table you are supposed to consider y, that is the sum part, no need to consider the carry part, and whatever in the sum part, whatever the what I can say, the function, if I consider this as a function, so wherever my function is getting evaluated to 1, I am going to consider that. So if I am going to consider that, which and all is getting evaluated to 1, it is nothing but here this one, and I'm not this one, I'm so sorry students, yeah, okay. Okay. This one, this and this one and this one, so these two and these two are getting evaluated to 1 in the case of sum. So that is why if I can write 0, 0, 1 in terms of this particular ABC, how can I write for min term? It is nothing but your A bar, B bar, C, right? And if I can write 0, 1, 0 in terms of this, I can write it as A bar plus B plus C. A bar, B, C, right? C, B, C bar, okay? And 1, 0, 1 nan baritini andre, it is nothing but A, B bar, C. And if I can write this in terms of what I can say, this particular, so it is nothing but A, B and C bar, right? A, B and C bar, right? Yeah. So now here you are supposed to write this once again in terms of numericals. It is once again the same process we are coming back to. So here it is 0, 0, 1. I can easily write it, right? 0, 0, 1. So here you need to follow the procedure. Say A bar is equal to 0 and A is equal to 1. So this according to the truth table we have derived, and from that we are going to write it in terms of numericals, right? Yeah. So this is, I'll write it easily as I know. So plus, so 101 plus what I can say, the 1 1 0, right? So this is what is one important thing. And now here you're supposed to take these values. This tends to 1 and this tends to 2 and this tends to what I can say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, right? Now we're supposed to write it like this. Say it is what, 1, 2, I'm sorry, summation of 1 to so this is what is the procedure, right? Actually ನಿಮ್ಮ text book ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, so what he has done is that, so he is telling you write the canonical min-term expression in decimal notation for the logic described in truth table in the figure, for the logic that is described by the truth table in the figure. So 1.18, the figure 1.18 you had a truth table like this, and he is asking to write the canonical min-term expression in the decimal notation. So right in the decimal notation you are supposed to write. So that is why from the truth table we can find out that this is what is the what I can say min-term expression from the truth table, and for this min-term expression you're supposed to write it in decimal form like this, right? So this is what is an important thing. So how did I write this min-term expression? I told you whatever the function which is getting evaluated to 1, so that is the sum is nothing but the function. Don't consider the carry, these are all the carry part. And if you consider the sum as a function part, so what's there going to happen is whatever in the function part, whichever is getting evaluated to 1, so that one you're going to write it in terms of terms like this, and then you're going to once again do the same procedure and write it in terms of decimal form, right? Actually question ನಾನು ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಏನ್ ರೀಸನ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ, ಸೊ ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೈ ಐ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಡ್ ಇಟ್, ರೈಟ್? ಯಾ, ಓಕೆ. So now let me just erase this and I'll just come back to K-map, right? Okay. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ಸ್ ಅ K-map say? ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ K-map ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಇವಾಗ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಇವತ್ತು ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ವಿ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟುಕ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್. ಸೇ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇವತ್ತು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾಡಿರೋದೇ ನಾವು ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ವಿ ಟುಕ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಸೇ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯಾರ್ f is equal to, ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನೇನು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ, ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಇವಾಗ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಯಾ, ಸೊ y z. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ದಿಸ್, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು ಸರ್? f is equal to 2 3 7 ಅಂತ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಈ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ನ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ K-map. ಸೊ ಹೇಗೆ ಈ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ನ K-map ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಇವಾಗ ಈ ಒಂದು ನ್ಯೂಮರಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ನೋಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ 3 ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ K-map. ಸೊ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ K-map ಅಂಡ್ ಹೌ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಆಫ್ K-map? ಸೊ K-map ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೋಸ್ and you'll be having a set of rows, and each rows corresponds to what I can say the cell in a K-map. Each row of the table that is corresponds to cell in a K-map, and you have 3 types of K-map, right? 3 types of K-map, that is 4 I'm sorry, 4 types of K-maps. So still more, but for you it is only 4, right? Please understand, for you only it is 4 because ನಿಮ್ಮ syllabus ಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದಾನೆ, 4 ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ K-map ಗೆ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಡು ನೋಟ್ ಡೌನ್ ದಟ್ it's for you 4 types of K-map for you all people. So there are 5 variable K-map, 6 variable K-map and so on, but that's not there in your syllabus, right? First try to learn 1 variable, 2 variable, 3 variable and 4 variable, and in that here what I can say, the 3 and the 4 variables are very much important for you. 2 variable is also of much importance, but 3 and 4 variables are the most important questions that's been asked for you all, right? If I consider the very first thing, the 1 variable K-map, I'll write it 1 variable just a minute, I'm sorry. 1 variable K-map So this is a 1 variable K-map. So if you consider a 1 variable K-map, how the structure is for, just a minute, how the structure is for the 1 variable K-map? How does the 1 variable K-map look like? Is nothing but, so you're supposed to write like this. I'll just write the diagram. Wait a minute. Okay, now it's proper. So here if I consider another color, so yeah, so let it look up. So let me see. Okay. So here if I consider the 1 variable K-map, so what is that 1 variable K-map? How does it look like? How many, what I can say it has, right? How many rows it has, right? So in the case of 1 variable K-map, it's only one single row, right? It has one single row which consists of 2 cells. What? It has a one single row which consists of 2 cells, right? I'll just make it clear partition. See, it is a one. This is a one single row, students. It's having a 2 cells, right? So if you consider, so here it is having only 2 things. That is, one is A bar and A. right? It has only A bar and A, and if you consider your f of A is equal to A bar, so ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಇದನ್ನ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಎನಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಫೇಲ್, ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಜನ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಕಷ್ಟ ಅಂತಾನು ಹೇಳಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ಕಷ್ಟ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಕ್ವೈಟ್ ಈಸಿ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಕ್ವೈಟ್ ಈಸಿ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಫುಲ್ ಈಸಿನೇ ಇದೆ ನಿಮ್ ಲೆಕ್ಕ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಎ ಬಾರ್, ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಟೆಂಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಆಸ್ ಅನ್ ಇನ್ವರ್ಟರ್, ರೈಟ್? ಯು ನೋ ಬಾರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಇನ್ವರ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಯು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನೋ ದಟ್. Okay, so if you are, just a minute, I'll write it in a neat manner. Uh, yeah. So if I consider your f of a is equal to f of a, just a minute. Yeah, I don't have any tools like this one. Which one? That is the yeah, pen tab and all. So I'm using my mouse and writing it. Please to sustain. So f of a is equal to a. If you consider f of a is equal to a, then what is that going to happen is that f of a is equal to a, what's that going to happen is that it acts as a buffer, right? It describes a buffer, and f of a is equal to a bar here describes an inverter. So this is buffer and is an inverter, right? So now here in the place of a bar, what shall I write? I'll write it as 1, and here I'll write it as 0. So this is what is how the one variable came up looks like, and don't take this much into consideration, because if you are going to right, if you're going to what I can say, write it, if you're going to learn this, then it's very much not of that use, right? I'm sorry, if you learn this, it's not of that use, because you don't have this particular one variable came up actually for an examination. For an examination, it's only 3 and 4 variable came up, which very much important. So I'll come into that now. So before that, let's learn with respect to the table, that is the truth table of this particular table. If you consider, so let me write the cell number as 0 and 1. So this is cell number 0 and cell number 1. My A is equal to what? So my A is equal to 0 and 1. So if I consider my f of a is equal to a bar, that is it will become an inverter. So that is why the 0 will become equal to 1 and 1 will become equal to 0. So this is what is the truth table and Karnaugh map for f of a is equal to a bar. Right? Yeah. So truth table and Karnaugh map for f of a is equal to a bar. So this is what is one important thing for one variable came up, right? Yeah. So what's a one variable came up? Actually, one variable came up is having one single row which is having two cells, and in the two cells we are going to consider the f of a is equal to a bar, which is an inverter, and we are going to consider that your a is equal to 0 and 1. If your a is equal to 0, if you apply to an inverter, it becomes equal to 1. If your a is equal to 1, when you apply to an inverter, it will become equal to 0. So therefore, that is why, yeah, what I can say, the this is the truth table for f of a is equal to a bar, and that is what has been written in the form of Karnaugh map, right? Yeah, that's what's been written in the terms of Karnaugh map, and you still have to learn more in detail. This is just a simpler version of K-map. So if I come to two variable K-map, so I'll write two variable K-map, the same thing. So if I consider a two variable K-map, so just say how many number of rows are present. So how many number of rows are present? It's nothing but you're having yeah, you're having what I can say, how many number of rows? You're having two rows and you're having how many cells? Four cells, right? So you're having two rows and four cells. And first of all, let's write the truth table and then write the K mark, right? So for this, if I consider an example, say your f of a comma b is equal to, just a minute, I'm so sorry students. Yeah. So it is nothing but a bar b plus ab bar. If I consider this as an example, so what's going to happen is you're supposed to take this example in terms of the binary. So what is a bar? So this is how this is looking like. First see how this structure is looking like. This structure is looking like SOP. That is sum of the products, and which is what I call it as my min term. So first understand this particular and then try to solve this without fail, right? If you don't know how this structure is, then it is very much difficult for you, right? ಇದು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಿಂದಿನ ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ನೋಡಿ, SOP ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, POS ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೆನಾನಿಕಲ್ ಮಿನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕೆನಾನಿಕಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಫುಲ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗಿ ವಾಚ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಫುಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು ಆಲ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಇದು ಮಿನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಮಿನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, your a bar is equal to 0 and a is equal to 1. Always remember for your min term, your a bar is equal to 0 and a is equal to 1. Correct? So if you consider that, so then it's nothing but here it is 0, 1 plus 1, 0. So what is 0, 1? 0, 1 is what I can say 1 and 1, 0 is 2. Right? So ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು truth table ಬರಿಬೋದಾ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ? Can I write my truth table? Yes, if I write my truth table say like this, so here it is nothing but cell number. So how many cells are present? 4 cells are present, that's starting from 0 to 3. So I'll just write it as 0, 1, 2, 3. Right? And now I'll write it as my AB values. So as there are 4 cells, my AB values are 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, which is nothing but the values of 0, 1, 2, 3. And now if I consider my f of a comma b, so my f of a comma b according to the given question is nothing but it is 0, it is 1, 1, 0. Yeah. So how I'm writing it as 1 and 1? ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ f of a comma b is equal to a bar b plus ab bar ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ they have clubbed all the terms wherein its function is getting evaluated to 1. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆ terms ನ ನಾವು ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ 1 ಮತ್ತೆ 2 ಅಂತ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಕ್ತು. ಸೊ ಆ 1 ಮತ್ತೆ 2 ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು 1 ಅನ್ನ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. That means that these terms are clubbed together wherein the function of these terms are getting evaluated to 1. That is a bar b and ab bar functions are getting evaluated to 1. So that is why whatever the resultant I got from that by simplifying, that is 1 and 2, for that I am going to write it as 1 in the case of min term. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ತಲೆಗೆ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಇದನ್ನ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಕೂಡ, ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಟ್ರೂತ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಆಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾ. So now once again let me write the Karnaugh map for this. So the K map for this is nothing but this is 0, 1, 2, 3. So right, okay. ಸೊ ಸೆಲ್ ನಂಬರ್, ಸೊ ನೀವು ಹೇಗೆ ಬರಿಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಓಕೆನಾ? ಯಾ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್, ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ಮೈ ಎ, and here is supposed to write it as what I can say the 0 1 2 3 ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನೇ ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ your a bar, b bar, a bar, b, a, b bar and a, b. So this is what is one I'm sorry, very much important thing. And now let me write the resultant. So that is idu 0, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಇದು 0 ಅಲ್ಲ, 0 1 1 0. So I suppose to write it like this, right? So ನೀವು k map ಅನ್ನು ಹಾಕಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನೇ ನಂಬರ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಆ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ನೀವು ಏನು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, 1 ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ 0 ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಮಿನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಂತಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಮಿನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅವರು ನಿಮಗೆ ಮಿನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು replace the 1 in place of all the numbers that is being given to you as min terms, right? So ivaga for example ಅವರು consider the came up for the following ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ನಂಬರ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ 1 2 3 ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಅವರು ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಈ 1 2 3 ಜಾಗಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವೇನ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, 1 ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. you're going to substitute 1 for min term and if it is by max term ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಸೇಮ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು 0 ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ವೇರ್ ಇನ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಗೆಟ್ಸ್ ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು 1. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೈ ಆ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಹಾಕಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ ದ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಿನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಇನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ನೋ ದಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ದ values that has been given, their function gets evaluated to 0. So therefore you are going to substitute 0 in the place of k map, right? k map ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ 1 2 3 ಅಂತ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಆ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು 1 ಅಂತ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ 1 ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಅಂತ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಅಂತ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಥರ್ಡ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಅಂತ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಆ ತರ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, right? That is according to your min term and max term. So now let me come to the 3 variable and 4 variable k map, right? Yeah. So ನಾವಿನ್ನು ಬರೀ k map ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. We are not learning how to group the k maps, right? We are not still into that. So let me come to that also. So ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ I'll just make sure that I'll just finish in this session only because k map ಕಲ್ತ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋಂಥದ್ದು ನನ್ನ ಭಾವನೆ. ಬಟ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಮೇಕ್ ಶೋರ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಡೂ ಅ ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್, ರೈಟ್? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಹೌ ಟು ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟ್ ಅ ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಹೌ ಟು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್, ರೈಟ್? So that is one different concept. So we'll make sure that we'll just do it as a separate one. So if I consider 3 variable k map, 3v k map, okay? I can't write it because I don't have pen tab. So ನಾನು ಇದು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಮೌಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ I can't write a big word. So that's why I'm writing it as v itself. So 3 variable came up. How many rows and how many cells? So you have 2 rows and what I can say 6 cells. 2 rows and 1 2 3 4 8 cells. I'm sorry, 2 rows and 8 cells like this, right? Rows are 2, cells are 8. 3 variable came up andre ಏನು? So it is nothing but you have 3 variables which ranges from 0 to 7. So you're supposed to write like this. And in the case of this particular, so ನೀವು ಬರೆಯೋದು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ this is 0 cell, this is 1 cell. You should not write it as 2 3, you should write it as 3 2 here. 3 2 ಬರಿಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ here is supposed to write 4 5 7 6, not 6 7. ಇದೊಂದನ್ನ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇದೊಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಚೇಂಜು. ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರಿಬೇಡಿ 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ 0 1 3 2 and 4 5 7 6, right? Now here let me construct what I can say the truth table for this particular. So ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಮಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. f of abc is equal to f of abc is equal to how much they have given? A bar BC. So ನಾನು ಬರೆಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. What I'll do is I'll just directly write the values because ನಂಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆಯೋಕೆನೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ. So I'll just make it in a simple manner. ಅವರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು A bar BC. So what is the A bar BC? Simple ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. A bar BC ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? A bar BC ಅಂದ್ರೆ this is 0 1 1. What is 0 1 1? 0 1 1 is nothing but your 4, right? 4 ಇದು ಆಯ್ತಾ 0 1 1. And once again it is A B bar C ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು sum of product ತರ ಇದೆ. That means SOP, right? It is nothing but f of ABC is equal to A bar BC plus A B bar C bar, which is nothing but how much? It is 100, which is nothing but 5, right? And plus it is nothing but your A B C bar. Okay, so this is 110. So which is nothing but how much? It is nothing but 6 7. Just a minute, I'm so sorry. 0 1 2. This is 3 students. I'm so sorry. Just a minute, I'm really sorry. So this is 3 and this is 4 and this is 5. Okay, yeah, okay. And then once again it is plus. So here it is nothing but ABC. So it's asked for 3 4. What I can say 3 4 6. This is, I'm sorry once again. Yeah, okay. So sorry for the distraction. It's a small glitch in between. 3 4 6 and 7, right? You know all this, right? Table ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಆದ್ರೆ. ಸೊ ನಂಗೆ ಸಣ್ಣ ಗ್ಲಿಚಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ just got a bit confused and I just erased everything. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಟೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಬರ್ದಿಟ್ಕೊಂಬಿಡಿ. ಸೊ 0 to 7 ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡು 0 0 0 till 1 1 1 ತನಕ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ್ದು ಅಂತ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ, right? Okay. So now here what's that going to happen is, so here is supposed to take 3 4 6 7. So ivaga 3 4 6 7, that is summation of 3 comma 4 comma 6 comma 7. Truth table ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬರೀತೀರಾ? The same thing. I'm sorry, I supposed to write it as ABC ಅಂತ ಬರೀತೀರಾ. ABC ಅಂತ ಬರೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು supposed to write from 0 0 0 till 1 1 1 and you supposed to write f of ABC and ಆ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, with whatever the numbers you have got ಅದರ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಬರೀತೀರಾ, ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲ 0 ಬರೀತೀರಾ, right? So that means that I can't write the truth table over here because I don't have, you know, I'm telling you from that time that I don't have any pen tab or so that is why. ಸೊ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಮಗೂ ಬರೆಯೋಕೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವು ನಿಮ್ಗಂತ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ ಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಸೊ I'll just get everything as soon as possible. So this is 5 6 7. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ನೀವಿಲ್ಲಿ if you write ABC, so here you have to write till 0 0 0 till 1 1 1. You know that, right? So 0 0 1. So 0 1 0. 0 1 1. 1 0 0 1 0 1. 1 1 0 and 1 1 1. And here it is nothing but f of ABC. Just a minute. ABC. So it is once again 0. It's once again 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. ಸೊ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 3 4 6 and 7 ನಮಗೆ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿರೋ ಕಾರಣ 3 4 6 and 7 ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, they are getting evaluated to 1. So that is why I'm writing it as 1. ಸೊ ಇದು ಮಿನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಮಾತ್ರ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದರೆ, if the question is in terms of marks term, say that is pi of 3, 4, 6 and 7, so then you are supposed to write the 0, right? So 3, 4, 6, 7 will get evaluated to 0 according to the marks term. So that is why you are going to write the 0 and all the other terms will become equal to 1. So now if I write it, so ivaga nanu illi baritini nodi, this is A and here it is what I can say. So 0, 0, 0, 1, what I can say 1, 1, 1, 0. So you can also write it in terms of what I can say, that is A bar, B bar. This is min term. So adike A bar, B, A, B and A, B bar, right? And here you can write it like this. So just a minute, I'll tell you about that. So here is supposed to write it as 0 and 1. So 0 and 1 anta ನೀವು ಬರಿತೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? So 0 is a bar and this is as 1, right? Yeah. So now this is what is one important thing, right? So ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನ A ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, so ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ B and C ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ? So that is what you are supposed to remember. So ನಾನು actually just general ಆಗಿ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದು, but if you consider this as A bar and A, so you are supposed to write it as, so that is equal to A, I'm sorry, B, just a minute, I don't have space. Okay, this B bar C bar, B bar C, B C and B C bar. You can write like this, and then this is what is my 3, 4, 6 and 7, right? So this is what is the, what I can say, the this one, the 3 variable came up, how to construct a 3 variable came up, right? If the expression is given, so ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅವರ expression ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು, ಏನಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು, it is nothing but f of abc is equal to a bar bc plus a b bar c bar plus a b c bar plus abc, which is written over here. ಇದನ್ನೇ ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, we just took the, what I can say, we just wrote these things in a decimal, in the binary form, and a binary form the decimal equivalent na bardu ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ನಾವು ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಟ್ರೂತ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ಬೈನರಿ ಈಕ್ವಲೆಂಟ್ ಏನು, ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ಈಕ್ವಲೆಂಟ್ ಏನು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಅದೇ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು 1 ಅನ್ನ ಹಾಕಿದೀವಿ and ಮಿಕ್ಕಿ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು 0 ಹಾಕಿದೀವಿ. or you can directly say that whatever you got the binary values ಏನು ಬಂದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಬೈನರಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪಕ್ಕ 1 ಅನ್ನ ಹಾಕಿದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಬೇರೆದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ 0 ನ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಗೆ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಹಾಕಿದ್ವಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ 3 ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಹಾಕಿದ್ವಿ, 4 ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ 1 ಹಾಕಿದ್ವಿ, 7 ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ 1 ಹಾಕಿದ್ವಿ, 6 ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ 1 ಹಾಕಿದ್ವಿ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಡು, ರೈಟ್? ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ದ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್, ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಗೆ ಹಾಕಬಹುದು. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ put it using ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ and you can just, what I can say, do the simplification. ಸೊ ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ನಾನು ಈಗ 2 ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಮೊನ್ನೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ತರ ಲೆಕ್ಕನ ನೀವು ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಇಂದ ವೆರಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ವೆರಿಫೈ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಏನ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನಾವು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋ ಲೆಕ್ಕದಿಂದ, ಅದನ್ನೇ ನೀವು ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಇಂದ ಕೂಡ ವೆರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ವೆನ್ ಯು ವೆರಿಫೈ ದಟ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಸಿರೋಂತ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಏನು, ಸೊ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಸಿರೋಂತ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬಂದು ಇದಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಸೊ ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಬಂತು 2, 3, 7 ಬಂತು. ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನೇ ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಗೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, when I put this in the K map and when I just group the terms and when I just simplify using K map, so ನಂಗೆ ಏನ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, what is the resultant I get? The resultant I get is nothing but this x bar y plus yz. ಇದೇ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. So this one I just explain it to you in detail, because sometimes what he'll do is he'll just ask you a question, say what I can say, he'll just ask you a question, say that is represent the following in both canonical max term and min term form and decimal notation and verify the same using K map. So ನಿಮಗೆ ನೀವು ಕೆನಾನಿಕಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಿನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ನೋಟೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲದೆ, ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಸೇಮ್ ನೀವು ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ವೆರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳೋ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆಗಳಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆಗಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಸತಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನಾನು ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅದ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಟ್ಟ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಈ ತರದೊಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಈ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಮೆಥಡಾಲಜಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ನಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಪಸ್ ವೆರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಂತೆ ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಗೆಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಟು ಯು ಆಲ್ ರೈಟ್ ಓಕೆ so if I come to 4 variable k map the very last variable k map so 4 variable k map has four variable k map is nothing but you have how many rows and how many cells. So you have it is nothing but just a minute. You have 4 rows and so 16 cells, right? Okay. 4 rows you have and 16 cells. It's 2 to the power of 4 which is 16. 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, 8 to the 16. So you're supposed to consider 2 and you're supposed to take 2 to the power of n. That is nothing but so n variable function would have 2 to the power of n rows. So n variable andre 2 variable antandre it is 2 to the power of 2 and 3 variable is 2 to the power of 3 and 4 variable is 2 to the power of 4, right? I'm sorry, 2 to the power of 2 corresponds to 4, 2 to the power of 3 corresponds to 8 and 2 to the power of 4 corresponds to 16. Right, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rows are written and this is okay, yeah. So this is the 4 variable k map, right? Okay. So now here you are supposed to write the numericals, right? Hege numericals baritira 0, 1, 3, 2, 0, 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 7, 6, 8, 9. You should not write 8, 9, 11, 10 over here. What you are supposed to do is you are supposed to write 8, 9, 11, 10 in the last column. Idu rule ide. Aita? And here it is 12, 13, 15 and 14. ಈ ರೀತಿ ನೀವು ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬರಿಬೇಕು you are supposed to write it as 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1 0 0 ಅಂದ್ರೆ a bar b bar b what I can say a b and a bar a b bar, right? So ಇದು ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ಲ 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0. So here it is b bar not c bar d bar, I'm sorry, c bar d bar c bar d bar c what I can say c bar d c d and it is c d bar, right? Here it is 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0 and here it is also 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0. So ಈ ತರ ಒಂದು ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ದ 4 ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳಕ್ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ ಸೊ ಈಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಅವನೊಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಸೊ ನೋಡಿ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ that is summation of that is 0 3 5 11 12 14 15 0 3 5 11 12 14 15 right so ee tara question anna kottaga enagutte so these terms are the min terms wherein the function gets evaluated to 1 so adikke 0 jagak 1 haki 3 ಗೆ 1 ಹಾಕಿ 5 ಗೆ 1 ಹಾಕಿ 11 ಗೆ 1 ಹಾಕಿ 12 ಗೆ 1 ಹಾಕಿ 14 ಗೆ 1 ಹಾಕಿ 15 ಗೆ 1 ಹಾಕಿ and here you got your k mark, right? Okay, yeah. So this is what is for today's session, and let me just revise it once again. So what's a one variable came up? One variable came up is a came up which corresponds to one variable, and it's having how much? It's having one row and two cells, wherein you are going to consider an example, say f of a is equal to a bar, so which acts as an inverter, and if you write a truth table as written over here, see this is the truth table for inverter, wherein if you apply 0 it becomes equal to 1, 1 it becomes equal to 0, so f of a is equal to a bar, right? So now if I consider that, so you're going to write the resultant, so here it is 1 and here it is 0, it is a bar and a, right? Now if I consider the two variable came up, so two variable came up consider madadre enagutte, so I just consider this example wherein this is in terms of SOP form, and if I write it in terms of binary, so a bar will be 0 and this b will be 1, right? It's a bar is equal to 0, is equal to 1. According to that, this is an inverter, inverter is written as 0 and the buffer is written as 1, so here we written like this, and this is 1 and 2, that is according to a decimal. So these are binary values, and if I take it into decimal, it is 1 and 2. And if I just substitute in terms of this particular what I can say the k map. So that is a two variable k map which is having how much? It's having two rows and four cells. And here you can see that these are all the four cells, and in this four cells we are writing it as, so that is 0, 1, 2, 3, and here it is 1 and 2. So this for one cell we have written it as 1, and for two cell we have written it as 1. All others we have written it as 0, right? Yeah. So now if I consider the same thing, so you need to understand only one thing. So yav numbers are kottidare with respect to the min term. So ee tara kottaga. So if he has given like this, so what is ee tara avaru kottaga enagutte? So first you need to check with respect to the symbol whether it is summation or pi anta. So summation agide min term anta heli, min term anta helidaga enagutte? So all the numbers will get evaluated to 1. All the numbers wherein the function gets evaluated to 1. So therefore that is why ಆ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಇರೋ ಸೆಲ್ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ 1 ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದೆಲ್ಲ 0 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಫ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಯು ಸಪೋಸ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ದ 0, because all the numbers in the case of max term, if the numbers are given, all the numbers, their function gets evaluated to 0. So in the case of max term you're going to write it in the place of that, you're going to write it as 0. So ಇದೇ numbers max term ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಜಾಗಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು 0 ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ, so illu 0 ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ, so illu 0 ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ, so ಆ ತರ, right? Okay. So if I consider three variable came up, now it's having how many? It's having two rows and 8 cells, and you have to write a k map like this. So this is what is the k map, and here is supposed to, if I consider this as an example, so there is summation of 3, 4, 6 and 7. All these values are getting evaluated to 1. Say written it here, it is 1, and all the others are 0. So that is why now I'm writing in the place of third cell, that is third cell it's 1, fourth cell it is 1, sixth cell it, seventh cell it is 1, and sixth cell it is 1. And here you're supposed to not write in order, it is 0, 1, 2, 3, it is not, it is 0, 1, 3, 2. And here it is 4, 5, not 6, 7, it is 4, 5, 7, 6, right? So now if you consider the four variable came up, it's having how many cells? It's having 16 cells and 4 rows, wherein you're supposed to write like this 0, 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 7, 6. So 8, 9, 11, 10 you're going to suppose to write it at the last row, and here you're supposed to write in the upper row as 12, 13, 15, 14, and now we're supposed to write like this. So that is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. Here also the same. And then now we're supposed to consider, so that is if this example is given to you, say supposed to write all these while the place of all these values, so supposed to write it as 1 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? So 0th cell ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಅಂತ ಬರೆಯೋದು, 3rd cell ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಅಂತ ಬರೆಯೋದು, 5th cell ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಅಂತ ಬರೆಯೋದು, 12th cell ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಅಂತ, 15th cell ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಅಂತ, 14th cell ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಅಂತ, 11th cell ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಅಂತ ಬರೆಯೋದು. So this is what is supposed to write. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ 1 ಗೆ ಇವಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಟ್ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಬರಿಬೇಕು, ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ 0 ನ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. So this is what is about to tell you, and please do make sure that you watch it without fail. And ನೀವು ನಮ್ಮ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಡುಕಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, if you are trying to find all the concept which is of us which is present in YouTube, say supposed to type the concept along with Excel Academy, right? If you are finding problems on mesh analysis, you're supposed to type ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಮೆಶ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಲ್ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಫುಲ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು K-Map ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಟು K-Map, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಲ್ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಅಂತ ಹುಡುಕಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಿಮಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಟೈಪ್ or academy name in the front of whatever concept you're finding, so that then you can easily get your required videos, right? So this is what is about to tell you, students, and please do make sure that you like, share and subscribe and share it to many more who are in need. And please do press the bell icon to get more and more updates on our channel. And you please do make sure that you share it to many of your friends who are in need. And you please do press the all subscription in the button, you what I can say, in the bell icon, please do press the all button so that you get instant updates wherever you are. And please do make sure that you watch all our contents and get more benefit from this. And thank you.